And they're off, and Millard O'Hira's tried to blast off, but aborted that leave attempt. RDB Mickey to the inside. Sylvia Hanover guns out with My Girl EJ, and Twinbee Joe Fresh shot sprinted fourth into the first turn. Then comes a Rocket Deo and Turn the Page, and Millard O'Hira's taken to the back. It is Sylvia Hanover in front, parked out RDB Mickey on the outside, maybe an early speed duel. My Girl EJ off those dueling leaders. 26 flat opens it up here. Twinbee Joe Fresh off the speed in fourth under a tight rein. Then it's Rocket Deo fifth across the backstretch, followed by Turn the Page and Millard O'Hira's. RDB Mickey, and now on the outside, My Girl EJ brushes to the top. My Girl EJ and Todd McCarthy plants her up front. RDB Mickey back in second. My Girl EJ, RDB Mickey 1-2 at the half. Sylvia Hanover is third. Launched to the outside, Twinbee Joe Fresh. So Rocket Deo picks up that live tow. Then Millard O'Hira's on the inside, and Turn the Page is the trailer. 53 and 4 for the half mile. They hit the far turn. My Girl EJ 18-1. Here comes Twinbee Joe Fresh, the big favorite, now second on the outside as they continue to three quarters. RDB Mickey locked in the box for now. Sylvia Hanover squeezes out into a second over position. Then it's Rocket Deo fifth on the outside, and Millard O'Hira's and Turn the Page, and they turn for home. Off three quarters, My Girl EJ, and knocking on the door, Twinbee Joe Fresh. 1:21 and 3 in the stretch drive. Twinbee Joe Fresh steamrolls first over. It's Twinbee Joe Fresh, but Sylvia Hanover has dead aim on the outside, and she's got a full head of steam looking for the upset. Sylvia is coming on. Sylvia Hanover and Tetrick timed it right. Twinbee Joe Fresh second tonight, then My Girl EJ and Millard O'Hira's. Sylvia Hanover 1:48 and 2 in the perfect sting.
1:24 and the sprint is on at Chantilly leading two. The last Martini chases in second. Then Wicked Pace, Rodeo Drive Dale, and West Winds. It is Chantilly kicking it into high gear here and expanding the margin. Chantilly doing Chantilly things as she's on cruise control here in the deep stretch. It is Chantilly to remain unbeaten. It's Chantilly to score by 5. Second best was the last Martini, then West Wind's Wicked Pace and Rodeo Drive Dale. 150 and 1 for Chantilly. And they race for home in the Mohawk Gold Cup Invitational, and it's Brew Hanover on top. Irvin Hanover on the outside, just up to the wheel, locked up as Nijinsky, nowhere to go right now, bottled up, looking for a way through a buckabed. Hanover, Oakwood Art and Tires coach's corner. It's Brew Hanover, Nijinsky, one final shot up the inside, but Brew Hanover holds on. It's Brew Hanover over Nijinsky in 1:47 and 4.
They're off and trotting in the 2025 Grade 2 MGM Yonkers Trot Final. Hard 7 makes a break right at the start. Very easy beginning for Super Chapter, who's going to come away fourth. That leaves Variegated and Chat Room battling it out for the early lead. Happy Jack B comes away third, right in behind these top two. And then it is Super Chapter, the big favorite, is going to come away in fourth. Back trotting is Hard 7, but trailing the field by about 15 lengths as they head down the backstretch towards the opening quarter. So Variegated and Scott Zeron come away with the lead. Happy Jack B was able to find the pocket in second. Chat Room had to back off and take a seat in third. Super Chapter still very patiently handled here in fourth by Dexter Dunn. And the back marker is still Hard 7. Opening quarter was 29 seconds flat. And it is Variegated who leads the MGM Yonkers Trot Final field to the top of the stretch the first time. Happy Jack B is still right there in second. Chat Room continues along in third. Super Chapter is still fourth, and the back marker Hard 7. They come down to the half mile, and it is Variegated, trotting right along here past the half in 58 seconds flat, and an identical 29 second second quarter for Variegated. Happy Jack B is still stalking in the pocket in second. Chat Room continues along third. Super Chapter still on hold from fourth, and Hard 7 still the back marker. They're past 5/8, less than 3/8 of a mile to go, and Variegated is still the one. Happy Jack B is right there in the pocket in second. Here's Super Chapter trotting up on the outside, now third, passing by Chat Room, and looking to march towards the top as they approach three quarters. It's Variegated in front, but the stablemate, Super Chapter, is bearing down on the outside. Three quarters was 1:26 and 3. Variegated is in front. Super Chapter on the outside within a length now. Third at the inside is Happy Jack B as they come to the top of the stretch and turn for home. And as they do so, it's variegated in front, but on the outside, here's Super Chapter with big strides on the outside, and it is Super Chapter who hits the front. Super Chapter wins the MGM Yonkers Trot Final, and will turn the page to the Hambletonian next. Second was variegated, then it was Happy Jack B and Chat Room, 154-3.
Off and trotting, Lexus Cody blasts off on the outside. Atos Kronos shoots out with him. Those two with Osceola showing up on the inside. And Hasty Bid cuts the corner, fourth into the first turn. Periculum unhurried in fifth. And sweeping up on the outside, Up Your Deo from sixth. And then it's Get a Wish DK on the inside, seventh, followed by Hill Exotic, and Chapper Craze is the early trailer at the opening quarter. Osceola and Doug McNair with Osceola at 12-1 here. 27 flat for Osceola across the backstretch. Lexus Cody, after the quick leave, rides the pocket spot. Atos Kronos an anxious third, and fed racetrack by Dexter Dunn. Gap at 2 lengths to Hasty Bid in fourth. Then it's Periculum on the inside, fifth. Up Your Deo next in line, sixth. Get a Wish is seventh. Then it's Hill Exotic and Chapper Craze at the half. And here comes Atos Kronos on the outside. Atos Kronos glides up and takes the lead with authority in a dazzling 54-3. Atos Kronos takes charge. Took it away from Osceola. Back in second now. Lexus Cody third on the inside, angles to the outside with 3/8 to go. Hasty Bid is fourth, needs to pick it up. Periculum to the outside, fifth now. He's got about 6 or 7 to make up. Then it's Up Your Deo on the inside, followed by Get a Wish DK and Chapper Craze, and the turn for home. The trailer is Hill Exotic. In front is Atos Kronos in 1:22-3, and they trot for home in the Crawford Farms. Atos Kronos, Lexus Cody, fresh and hot, has dead aim, and here is Periculum on the outside with Scott Saran. Periculum explodes with trot. It's Periculum, the Cutler winner, right back fresh off the bench again. Periculum, what a rally. Then Atos Kronos, Lexus Cody, and Up Your Deo in 1:50 flat.
Mickey and Minnie cut loose down the center of the track. She takes over the lead and tries to draw clear, but check out Rodeo Drive Dale closing at the back. The Last Martini up the inside. Mickey and Minnie in between. Inside the Last Martini and Rodeo Drive Dale on the outside, but Mickey and Minnie does it. It's Mickey and Minnie to take the fan hand over Rodeo Drive Dale in the Last Martini in 1:48-3, just a fifth of a second off of matching the stakes and track record. And Emoticon Legacy turns for home, and he's opened up a lead of 3 on Gap Kronos, and landing on time. He tries to rally up the inside. Out to about the 3 path is Emoticon Legacy, but he's still clear by 2. Gap Kronos and landing on time, trying to close at him. LMC Wagon Wheel in behind him, but it's Emoticon Legacy good to go. And Emoticon Legacy still clear by 3. Gap Kronos second, landing on time. Third, LMC Wagon Wheel fourth. 1:50-2 stakes track record for Emoticon Legacy in the good times.
And the Rob Ken Hanover and Musketeer Hanover and Vukafalis. Vukafalis guns out and goes for the lead. Coach's Corner put in play from the inside into the first turn. Vukafalis and Joe Bongiorno revs that one up. And here comes Ken Hanover on the outside. Stride for stride with Coach's Corner. It's going to be a torrid opening fraction here. A Bunkaban Hanover outsprinted fourth early. Then it's Rock and Roll Runa, followed by Spring in His Step and Charlie May. And Musketeer Hanover 26-1 opens it up here for Ken Hanover, establishes command for Dave Miller. And Dave Miller looks for a breather now with Ken Hanover after 3/8 of a mile. A revved up Vukafalis bump drafts the helmet as the pace slows now. Coach's Corner tightens in from third. It's a Bunkaban Hanover fourth. And next is a Rock and Roll Runa, edging to the outside, fifth, followed by Spring in His Step. Then Charlie May gets underway. He goes to the outside. Musketeer Hanover is the trailer. The half up in 54 2/5. It's Ken Hanover in full control. 2-hole ride for Vukafalis. And now here comes a Bunkaban Hanover attacking first over into third on the outside. Coach's Corner stayed in fourth. To the outside, Rock and Roll Runa, live cover 5th, but gapping it some. Spring in his step with no racing room. Then it's Charlie May, caught behind the gapper, and Musketeer Hanover. Passing 3/4. Can Hanover on that wire-to-wire mission. Vukafelis looking for an upset out of the pocket spot. A buck a bet. Hanover needs to do more. Coach's Corner on the inside looks for room. 1:21 and 4 for 3/4 in the stretch. It's Can Hanover. To the outside, Vukafelis and Joe Bongiorno will take a late shot and is full out. Can Hanover digging in. Can Hanover. Vukafelis, it's down to these two, and it's going to be Ken Hanover holding on. Then Vukafelis, Coach's Corner, and close. Charlie May or a buck a bet Hanover.
And Twin B Joe Fresh leading it by 2. Dunn looks over his shoulder, doesn't see anybody that's a threat, and she just steps away. It's Twin B Joe Fresh pouring it on late, and Twin B Joe Fresh, there's no touching this mare. Twin B Joe Fresh with the Roses are Red repeat. Dominant in victory. Twin B Joe Fresh wrapped up at the end to win by 4 over Sylvia Hanover and RDB Mickey. It's Twin B Joe Fresh in 1:48 and 4. Lou Print with a half-length lead to 3/4 in 1:19 and 1. That's the fastest 3/4 in the history of the Cup, and Lou Print turns for home. He's got a lead of 2. Madden Oaks trying to rally up the inside. Dandy Ideal, Captain Optimistic better in the straightaway. He starts to close. Madden Oaks up the inside, and Lou Print trying to fend him off. A couple of Cup rookies battling it out right down to the wire. Inside is Madden Oaks. Lou Print comes back to win it. It's Luprin over Madden Oaks and Fast Choice. He won 47 and 1. Stakes and track record.